We're talking with Bishop Brandon about the crime in our community and what we can do to stop it. And we got this text on the Shreveport Security Systems text line, 318-392-1884, if you want to chime in. And I'm not sure if this person is doing this in jest or seriously. Asked, what do you think about stop and frisk?
Well, stop and frisk, of course, you can. I'm on both sides of that because, of course, as Americans, as individuals, police officers are individuals, just like preachers are public servants and people. We're individuals, and I think you'll have a lot of humanity playing in that, and then you can get. You can go too far to the left.
Let's be blunt. They're not going to stop and frisk me.
Absolutely.
Or me.
Well, you notice I tried to dance around it. Yes,
you had told a story a long time ago when you first came in to visit us.
Racial profiling.
Right. I still struggle with today. You told us that you have still to this day, you have people, particularly women, who when you walk by them, shift their bag, move their bag away from you.
And then I'm concerned about my sons, even driving. My son in Orlando, I'm concerned about him being pulled over, because he's very mannerable. And the racial profiling, I don't want him to get hurt. He's very mannerable, my son. And I'm not just saying it because he's my son, but there's an issue. He's tall, and he's 6'4" now, big guy, taller than me, and he's intimidating, but he's really a teddy bear. But if you never met him, you think, okay, he's intimidating, he may harm me, and being gentle, following directions, and then get shot.
Right.
And so those are my concerns. So stop and frisk, I can understand both sides of the argument, but as it relates to racial profiling, you have the human sense in it involved, and I just don't appreciate what's happening in our nation.
Let's talk about guns.
Yes.
You're speaking to a lot of folks that are listening. They're very conservative, do not want to violate the Second Amendment.
In our ears, yes.
Can we do anything with regard to all the illegal guns that are out there?
Yeah, and we should do something with illegal guns. And my problem is when we make laws and we go against those who are law-abiding citizens, you disarm the law-abiding citizens who are using the guns for protection, most of importantly for sports, but then those who are illegal, they don't care about the law. They're going to go after the guns. And so my concern is how does illegal guns enter into our country, and how are they passed around through our country? How does illicit drugs, illegal drugs, how does our illegal drugs enter into our country? So I'm concerned there, because when it's big business and somebody's being paid off, the innocent guys, we suffer because of the criminals and what have you. So I believe in stronger laws for the criminals. I believe in stronger laws for them. But for law-abiding citizens, why disarm law-abiding citizens who are using weapons as protection and most importantly, as a sport, for sports uses?
Before you take off today, going to change the topic again for a quick second, because I know this is something that is near and dear to your heart, and as we've said a million times, you are a guy who walks the walk. And
I appreciate
it is the L. Lawrence Brandon Home for Boys, named after your late son.
Yes.
And when we talk about violence in various communities and what can be done to if not eliminate, at least mitigate that, gang violence, children without direction, children without parents, so to speak. If people don't know about the home, tell us about it, what it does, and the status.
Well, of course, the L.L. Brandon III Transitional Home for Boys is open, and it's been a tremendous blessing. And right now, of course, we need funding, and we're challenging. We could house we can house really comfortably up to 85 boys, if each boy having their own room.
But tell folks who don't know, that may not know the history, not necessarily of the home.
Sure.
Of what kind of boys you look for, what the school does, what you accentuate, et cetera.
Well, I wrote a book, Treasures in the Darkness, as a result of my son being killed in March of 2009. Since then, we've opened this home because I've had the violence happen in my home through my eldest, and so we've opened this home to be a blessing and to help our communities use, especially Louisiana. And I'm in the process of writing another book now, from private pain to public victory. This home is a statement of public victory. We have boys in there, and of course we're working through currently the Department of Family, Child and Services, and they're sending us boys, and of course well, that's a whole nother message. But anyway, we have these boys. These boys need care. There's some boys who've never been in a home. They've just been passed around from foster care to foster care, from home to home, from center to center.
The two things you accentuate that I find the most impressive,
Yes.
we got to go here in just a second,
Okay.
are discipline and education.
Absolutely, and that's important. Discipline, education, and care. There's these boys care. My wife took 2 of them out for Easter, my wife and my son. And it was just a joyous occasion. They opened up, they talked, they shared, because they felt like we cared. And these boys, that's all they want. They want someone to care for them. One young man in particular came to us and said, "Hey, I don't like school. I don't want to go to school. I don't." But as we cared for him, loved him through his condition, and of course, demonstrated discipline and education, focus on go to high school, go to college. This young man has made a huge turnaround. He's trying to improve his life. He's saying yes, sir, no, sir. Now, as before, he wasn't saying any of that. But now, because of the care, that he's on a trajectory, if he continues on a trajectory to becoming successful and to help us to make a difference.
If folks want to know more about the home, the school,
Sure.
etc., what website, etc.?
Yeah, they can go to the Northwest Louisiana CDC.org, or they can call us at 318-4428. That's 318-4428. And 631, I'm sorry, 318-631-4428, 631-4428. And I would love to have a conversation if anyone wants to come by and talk about it. Now, I can show them the building, but because of privacy, HIPAA laws and what have you, I can't take them through the building with the boys being present.
Right.
But I would love to share with anybody, especially those who like to donate to help or to support, because I believe in mentorship. And there's some Thursday nights we have some men that come out and we bring them to the plaza, to the church, where the men hang out with them, and we just have this strong mentorship program, which proves very effective.